I'd like to call the Pasadena City Council meeting to order, November 1st, 2016. If we will all stand, please. Invocation be given by Sotelo, the Assistant Manager, Records Police Department, and the pledge will be led by
over here,
Mr. Lehman, Councilmember Lehman.
Our Heavenly Father, we come today to honor you and to remind ourselves of your pivotal place in our lives. We ask for your blessings on our civic leaders and this meeting. We ask that your wisdom would guide our leaders as they seek to accomplish the goals to serve our community. Thank you for the opportunities you give us to serve you and to serve others. We pray these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
please join me in the pledges. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Councilmember Lehman.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out this morning. I'd like to congratulate Kirby and Joe on their service awards, and thank you for your service to the city. And I'd like to remind everybody, a week from today, Election Day, if you haven't voted early, please go out and vote. This is a very important time in our country's history, and everybody that can, please go out and vote. And I'd like to thank our Community Services Division of the Police Department. This past Saturday at the Police Academy, they had a trunk or treat Halloween event for the children of the Pasadena area. I believe this turned out way better than what they even anticipated. There were over 1,000 people came to that event, and over 400 pounds of candy and cookies were distributed. And I'd like to thank, of course, the community services, our police department, code enforcement, and the fire department. They all participated in this, and it was a great event, and I hope it's something that we can continue on with. Thank you.
Councilmember Casados.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. I hope everyone had a happy Halloween. Did you guys get a bunch of candy? Yeah? Well, that's a good thing. So make sure you brush your teeth afterwards, okay? Don't want any cavities. But no, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and congratulate the employees for the years of service. With that, I pass.
Councilmember Whitter.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to congratulate the employees for the years of service. Also want to recognize Pasadena Faith in Action. It's a group of churches around here in Pasadena. I think it's about 50 churches. And they do community service projects. 2 weekends ago, they got out at Memorial Park, and they picked up, they had about 50 volunteers go through and pick up trash from the bayou and under parks, and so much was done, pulling tires out of the bayou and everything else. So it was great to be a part of that. Thank them for that. Also, they do things for senior citizens. Just this past weekend, there was a lady here who wasn't able to mow her lawn, and Pasadena Faith in Action got out there with the crew, took care of that. So I want to commend them for that. Also, Pasadena Police Department. About 12 days ago, I had someone drive through my fence into my pool about 1 o'clock in the morning, and before the gentleman could get out of his car to my house, the police were already there. So they're on patrol doing what they're supposed to do, and I appreciate them doing that. With that, I'll pass.
Very good. Councilmember Bass.
Good morning, everybody. Looks like we nearly got a full council. We just got a few seats left. If anybody wants to come in, come on. We got Kelly Middle School. I think you're going to sing a song for us today. They're looking at me going, there's no song. They said, we're going to talk. Anyway, thank y'all very much for coming. We've got a couple of upcoming events. We've got the Taste of the Town. That's coming this Thursday. It's going to be at the Convention Center. And we also have our Can Do Food Drive. That's going to be, I believe, November the 17th. Already got a good roll on there. We had several restaurants the last couple of weeks help. They donated part of their income, the gross profits, different percentages, and that really went well. With that, I pass.
Thank you. Councilmember Jeff Wagner.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for your years of service. Excuse me, all employees, thank you for all you do for the city. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. That I pass.
Councilmember Van Hout.
Morning. Battle of the Heroes softball game will be Saturday, November 5th from 12 to 2 at the Kipper Meese Sports Complex at 10,700 Red Bluff. This is the police department versus the fire department. That should be interesting. It's $5 for adults. Children under 10 are free. The Can Do Food Drive, the food that is collected or any money collected goes to 5 charities within the city of Pasadena. There are drop-off locations at City Hall and at other city facilities. They don't all officially have boxes, but I would think if you drop food at any city facility, they will make sure it gets to the right place. And then at Memorial Stadium on November 17th, they'll be there from 8 to 6. The Circle of Trees will be setting up in City Hall this coming Monday, November 7th. This is for civic, nonprofit, and volunteer organizations. Churches also, they do a tabletop-sized tree. So if you have one of those organizations and you're interested, this is free. You provide the tree and the decorations, and you can contact Melissa Clark at 832-834-1166 and go vote.
Councilmember Morrison.
Keller Middle School, welcome as always. And Joe and Kirby, congratulations, 20 years of service. Councilmember Bass, I will be at Taste of the Town. We go every year. That is one of the neatest things.
Okay, I hope everyone had a happy Halloween. I know I've never seen so many kids in our neighborhood. I bought $70 worth of candy. I think that's a lot of candy. It is a lot of candy. And it's all gone. I mean, it's literally all gone. But it was a nice night. A lot of good people out there. Parents walking their kids around. Just a good neighborhood night. If you haven't voted yet, in the, let's see, what's the upcoming election? If you haven't voted yet, I can tell you that Kyle Chapman always has a line. I've seen that. Some people wait in it over 2 hours. If you go to 225 in Ritchie, the John Phelps Courthouse, my wife and I went there and voted last Friday. About 20 people in line. We were back in our car in 10 minutes. So go seriously look at the 225 at Ritchie Street, the John Phelps Courthouse, and go vote there because it doesn't take long at all. It's been mentioned about Taste of the Town. This is really a good deal for the families. Take your children out there and they can eat at 30 or so different restaurants in there for one ticket price. And I want to congratulate everybody on the Can Do Food Drive so far. They've done a great job, and we had, 12, 15 restaurants involved in it, and it was a huge success, and it'll probably be doubled next year. With that, be sure and go vote. There's a couple of issues out there, so you'll be able to vote on. But anyway, all right, that gets us down to citizens wishing to address council. Christina Womack, the great leader of the Chamber of Commerce and young mother.
Well, as you've heard, Taste of the Town is this week, so we are busy in final preparations for that. Thank you, Mayor and City Council members, for your support. We hope that you all will be there. It's not too late to purchase tickets, so if you still want to attend, you can purchase tickets at the Chamber office or call us, or you can even do it the day of. Tickets are $25, and that includes all you can eat for about 30 restaurants, including a new tailgating division that will be outside, and beverages, and the live auction and all the fun activities for that. So it's a great event to come out. November is full of events. We have a few other things going on as well. The Can Do Food Drive, the Pasadena Chamber is also partnered with the city in this, and so we're a drop-off location as well. And then the McDonald's Texas Invitational Basketball Tournament will be the 17th, 18th, and 19th. And so if you are interested in attending one of the games, going to your alma mater, or rooting on some of the out-of-town kids, 80 teams from all over Texas come in for this premier basketball tournament between Pasadena and Deer Park. And so funds raised at this event support both the Pasadena ISD Education Foundation and the Deer Park ISD Education Foundation. There are also some volunteer needs for that. So if you want to visit the website, texasinvitational.com, you can get more information there. And then lastly, we will end this year with 2 events in December. Our annual gala will be December 6th at 6:30 p.m., and that is where we will announce our 2016 Citizen of the Year and honor our 2016 Police Officer of the Year. So I hope that you guys can join us for that. And then we'll have our Volunteer Awards Luncheon on December 15th. So lots of exciting events going on that your chamber is working on, trying to connect our community together. So thank you for the support from the city, and we hope to see you guys at one of the upcoming events.
What time is the taste?
Taste of the Town, the doors open at 5 p.m. for the public. Our VIPs and judging starts at 4, and it ends at 9 p.m. Thank you.
And all you can eat in the meantime.
That's right.
Keller Middle School. The podium is yours. Now, just don't try to cause any problems, all right? Two guys.
Good morning, Mayor Isabel and City Council. Keller has decided to be back for yet another year of learning about our city government. Even though we are new ambassadors this year, we have been taught that Keller is only a small part of the larger Pasadena community. It is our responsibility to take an active role in making Pasadena a great community to live in.
One of the ways that we do this is by getting involved in different events in the city. This year, we will be collecting non-perishable food items for the camp food drive. Last year, we collected over 2,200 pounds of food, and this year we are hoping to collect even more. Rangers, lead the way. All the way, huh?
I think we about got that down. All the way, huh? Okay, Randy, as soon as you can get up.
I always enjoy having the kids up here. My pleasure to award some service awards for 2 employees this month, excuse me. First off is Joe Abliz, 35 years, Street and Bridge. Want to come on up here? This is our new and improved wristwatch. Come on back here and look at that camera so you can see it. Congratulations. Thank you.
Joe, 35 years, my gosh. Done a great job.
Next is Kirby Cardenas, 25 years. He's the Director of Parks and Rec. This is our new and improved wall clock.
And you have some people to introduce, I believe.
Yes. In the audience, I've got my wife, Betty.
Betty, stand up. Let the camera get on you. This is the boss.
My sister, Dolores Robinson. My brother-in-law, Robbie Robertson. And my sister, Sharon Sanzik.
Betty, you wanted to say something?
Oh, I have quite a few employees that are over here. Charles Gander from Street and Bridge. No, community service.
Why don't y'all all stand up?
Clean streets.
Stand up.
And I would like you to know that 19 and a half years of service was under one great mayor.
Who is that? Who is that? Thank you, Kirby. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, relatives. Okay, gets down to presentation of minutes, October 18th.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Lehman,
Second.
second by Councilmember, who did I hear?
Jeff.
Wagner. That October 18th, 2016 be approved. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Gets down to progress payments, 13A, B, and C.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wheeler.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Casados. The progress payments be approved. Is there any discussion? I noticed one is 225 water line, the other is 2016 citywide sanitary sewer rehab. Phase 1. Very good. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries. Gets down to finance resolution 2721.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wheeler.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Lehman. Finance resolution be approved. Is there any discussion?
Mayor, I'd like to abstain from anything in regards to Bass and Meineke.
Certainly. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries. Personnel changes 15A, C, and D. Motion. Motion by Councilmember Morrison.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Wagner. That personnel changes A and C and D be approved. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? You're in. Andy?
Yes, sir, thank you. New employees today, we have Cameron Brisby, Parks Worker 1, Parks. Go ahead and stand up. There you go. Graduate of Houston Can Academy. Prior to working for the city, he worked for Forest Lawn Cemetery as a groundskeeper. He's originally from the Houston area. Thank you. Next is Juan Cardenas Salazar, Maintenance Tech 5 in Fleet. Graduate of Clear Creek High School. Prior to working for the city, he worked for City of League City for 10 years. That's a lot of cities in there.
Wow.
Thank you. And next is Dennis Clark, Warehouse Superintendent. He's a graduate of San Jacinto College with an associate's degree in business management, also a graduate of South Houston High School. Prior to working for the city, he worked for PISD as an operations supervisor. Next is Justin K. Foster, Technical Support Analyst 2, Information Services, graduate of Howard Payne University with a bachelor's in business management. Prior to working for the city, he worked for Hartman Income as an IT administrator, and he is also served in the Army for 5 years. We thank him for his service. Next is Joanna Jimenez, Deputy Clerk, Municipal Court. Graduate from the Bradford School of Business with an accounting degree prior to working with the city. She worked for ARCFC as a senior account executive, and she's also from the Houston area. Next is Corey Jost, as a graduate of East Central College with a technical degree in drafting and design. Prior to working for the city, he worked for SS Engineering up in Missouri as a mechanical designer. He's originally from Nebraska, then got to Chicago, and then got to Missouri, and his wife got a job down here, so he's now with us. Thank you. And last but not least, Julio Noriega, Parks Worker 1, graduate of Parkview Baptist Church. Prior to working for the city, he was employed as a landscaper. He's originally from Florida. I asked him what brought him to Houston, and he said, Andrew. Hurricane Andrew. And his family's been here since. Those are our new employees.
Well, welcome aboard, new employees. We certainly welcome you to the city of Pasadena and hope you have a great tenure here, and then you'll be getting your big box clock after, 30 years, 35 years. And so it's good to have you aboard. Okay, Council, this gets down to final reading on the consent agenda. Madam Secretary, you may read 2016, 134, 35, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, and 57 on the consent agenda.
Ordinance 2016-134, grant funds to Enterprise TE Products Pipeline Company, LLC, for 18-inch petroleum products pipeline, east-west pipeline. Ordinance 2016-135, grant franchise to Enterprise TE Products Pipeline Company, LLC, for an 18-inch petroleum products pipeline, north-south pipeline. Ordinance 2016-149, agreement with John Thomas for Tennis Pro concessionaire services at Harry B. Taylor Tennis Center. Ordinance 2016-150, annual contract with Trafficware Grouping for purchase of traffic signal cabinets, accessories, and technical support. Ordinance 2016-151, interlocal agreement with Harris County for the water line replacement at San Augustine as part of the widening of the Sam Houston Tollway East Project, $150,000. Ordinance 2016-152, contract with Carroll and Blackman, Inc. for services related to compliance assistance with the city's Phase 1 MS4 permit, $125,000. Ordinance 2016-153, amending agreement with Gensler Architects for renovation of 1149 Ellsworth, $94,700. Ordinance 2016-154, authorize the mayor to accept grant funds from Houston Galveston Area Council to investigate environmental crimes, $12,531. Ordinance 2016-155, extend the annual contract with Great Southwest Paper Company for the purchase of janitorial supplies. Ordinance 2016-156, amend Ordinance 2015-151, 2015 Urban Area Security Initiative UASI Law Enforcement Terrorism Prevention Program Grant number 2977301 to replace plate carriers. Ordinance 2016-157, information sharing agreement with the Texas Workforce Commission to access databases for criminal investigations.
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember Wheeler,
Second.
second by Councilmember Casados, that ordinance 2016-134, 135, 149, 150, 151, 152, 153, 154, 155, 156, and 157 pass on second and final reading. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries. Gets down to first readings, Madam Secretary.
Ordinance 2016-158, the purchase of a server room equipment for New City Hall for DataBox, Inc., $289,942.21.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wagner.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Wheeler. That ordinance 2016-158 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-159, purchase of 6 new vehicles from Caldwell County Chevrolet, $195,228.45.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wagner.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Bass. That ordinance 2016-159 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-160, purchase of 27 new vehicles from Silsbee Ford, $1,046,562.41.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Lehman.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Wagner. That ordinance 2016-160 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-161, annual contract with A1 DTS Corporation for automotive and light truck transmission repair or exchange services.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wheeler.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Wagner. That ordinance 2016-161 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-162, the annual contract with Taos Engineering, Inc. for water meter replacement services.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Bass, second by Councilmember Wheeler. That ordinance 2016-162, pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-163, extend annual contract with MDN Enterprises for full circle repair clamps.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Van Hout.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Lehman. Ordinance 2016-163, pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-164, amending Ordinance 2016-79, 2016 UASI Homeland Security Grant Program, grant number 315-9901 for EOC enhancements.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Bass, second by Councilmember Casados.
Yes, sir.
That ordinance 2016-164 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?
Ordinance 2016-165, amending Ordinance 2016-080, 2016 UASI Homeland Security Grant Program, grant number 316-8801 for regional fusion analysts.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wagner, second by Councilmember Wheeler, that ordinance 2016-165 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-166, amending Ordinance 2016-081, 2016 UASI Homeland Security Grant Program, grant number 3162001 for the Pasadena Public Safety Video Initiative.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wheeler,
Second.
second by Councilmember Bass, that ordinance 2016-166 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes.
Ordinance 2016-167, amending ordinance 2016-082, 2016 UASI Homeland Security Grant Program, grant number 316-2401 for the Pasadena Cybersecurity Enhancement Project.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Lehman,
Second.
second by Councilmember Van Hout, that ordinance 2016-167 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-168, amending ordinance 2016-083, 2016 UASI Homeland Security Grant Program, grant number 2977302 for SWAT sustainment.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wagner,
Second.
second by Councilmember Bass, that ordinance 2016-168 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-169, rescind ordinance 95-179, a pipeline license agreement with Oil Tank in Houston, Inc. for 5 pipelines.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wagner,
Second.
second by Councilmember Wheeler, was it? That ordinance 2016-169 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-170, commitment between Community Development and Parks and Recreation, Madison Dover Senior Center, to provide transportation to the elderly and/or disabled residents.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Bass.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Lehman, that ordinance 2016-170 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-171, commitment between Community Development and Public Works for a Public Facilities and Improvement Project, 2016 Winter Street Replacement.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Casados.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Van Hout, that ordinance 2016-171 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? This will redo Whitter Street from Jackson to Harris. Whitter Street from Jackson to Harris. Been in the works a long time. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-172, amend ordinance 2016-115, which adopted the annual budget for the fiscal year 2017.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wagner,
Second.
second by Councilmember Wheeler, that ordinance 2016-172 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-173, insurance rates for active pre-65 and Medicare supplement coverages for plan year 2017.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wagner,
Second.
second by Councilmember Wheeler, that ordinance 2016-173 pass on, excuse me, first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Mayor?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
We're changing carriers this year. We're looking at what should work out better for the city as far as what it's going to cost. And the rates, for the most part, are staying the same. The rates for the employees are staying the same. We are eliminating the highest level plan, but we'll still have 2 plans. The rates for the retirees, there's a little disagreement on what's happening there. This was presented in a workshop that the rates would stay the same, but what's being used as a basis for those rates is in dispute. The rates we had last year, this year will be the rates for pre-65 retirees who had at least 30 years of service with the city. People who had less than 20 years with the city when they retired, their rates will double. And this was not the understanding I had when we voted on tiered rates last year based on years of service. And I cannot support this based on that. In addition to that, we have some rates for where retirees are past 65, but their families can remain on insurance. And the rates for the Plan C, which is the lower level plan with a higher deductible, the rates for that plan are higher than for Plan B, which is a better rate, a better plan. This is something I think needs to be fixed. This shouldn't be a, well, we'll get to it later. And that's the way we look at a lot of things, is there's a problem, but just vote on it now, and we'll get to it later. And a lot of times later doesn't happen.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Oh,
Can I
Councilman?
say something? Yeah, Councilmember Van Houten mentioned some, her comments on that. Mine as well on as far as these insurance rates. We all know what health insurance has been doing to all our families, and rates have been going up, and good golly, some of the rates we see on, especially when you get to family care, how expensive that is. The city has some great rates. It's $48 a month, and if you have a family, they're in the range of $200 to $300 a month. So, they're outstanding rates. As a matter of fact, people are saying, Darrell, do y'all have any openings at the city? They'd like to come be employed here for those. But when you look at our health fund, it's basically at about $17 million a year is what's spent on health insurance costs at the city. Our fund has decreased about $8 million over the last 6 years. So, and it is that balance. You have to share, sharing these costs between the employees and the citizens. And we're here representing both of those is our job. But there were still some questions I needed answered. I'll go on and vote. I'm going to go on and vote for it at this time. But definitely want those questions answered. And Pat had some very good questions as well. And hope those get resolved by the next meeting as well.
Any further discussion?
Mayor,
go ahead.
this plan has a lot of moving parts to it, and we've seen insurance rate goes up every year. And on the exchange, in fact, we saw an increase. It's projected to go up 21% this year to people who are purchasing insurance through the exchange. And it's always difficult to kind of make these decisions because you want to do what's best for city employees while also making sure that we're not putting the city in a bad financial position moving forward. And so we did away with one plan, and the monthly premiums are for a family around $250. $278 if you do a broad network. If you stay in network, it's $242. That being said, the deductible is $5,000. So the families have to pay $5,000 before the insurance starts kicking in, and that was kind of a compromise. So we kept the monthly rates low. We do have some options for doctor visits, and we can use the city clinic here. But we are saving the city guaranteed. We moved from Allegiance and Cigna network into United Healthcare network, and this is guaranteed to save the city $1.6 million. So we were able to save the city over $1.5 million guaranteed, possibly up to $2-3 million, depending on how claims are made, how many claims are made, while at the same time keeping the city employees' monthly premiums pretty low. So I think this is a good compromise. They do have to pay more on the back end with deductibles, but I'll be supporting this because it's an all-around. I believe it's a fair plan for everyone, and I'll be supporting it.
Any further discussion? It has been said, but just to kind of recap, I guess, rates are be the same as last year. In today's times, whose insurance rates hasn't gone up dramatically is the norm, but here we'll basically keep the same rates as last year. And as Councilman Wheeler said, the savings is guaranteed $1.6 million in our insurance fund, up to $3 million, and maybe even more. So obviously, I'll be supporting this also. I think it's a good deal for the city and for the employees. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed?
No.
Councilman Van Hout votes no. Gets the city employees. Great. Okay.
Mayor, what did you say?
What did I say? I don't remember what I said. I said Councilman Van Hout votes no on the insurance rate employees for the employees. Does that bother you?
It sounded like you said something else.
Well, I'm sure it's on tape, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Okay, gets us down, council members, to resolutions.
Resolution 2016-115, donation of $250 for the annual Christmas tree lighting from Mowers, Inc.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Lehman.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Bass. What was that number?
115.
115.
Yes, sir.
The resolution 2016-115 pass as it was read. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 2016-116, donation of land clearing and earthwork at 100 acres, valued at $1,120 from Novus Wood Group.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wheeler.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Lehman, that Resolution 2016-16 pass on, or be adopted as it was read. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 2016-117, approving the financial report of investment activities for fiscal quarter year ended September 30, 2016.
Motion by Councilmember Wagner and Councilmember Wheeler, I believe it was, that Resolution 2016-117 passed as it was read. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 2016-118, accept donation of Christmas lights valued at $250 from Herman Weber for the Pasadena Industrial Neighborhood Network Division for installation of the grant-approved Deepwater Neighborhood sign.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Casado, second by Councilmember Van Hout, that Resolution 2016-118 be adopted as it was read. Is there any discussion?
Mayor.
Councilman.
I'd just like to thank Councilman Casadas. He was behind this project, and I'm very glad that we were able to approve this.
Thank you. Yeah.
Ditto.
Yeah, appreciate
Any
that.
further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 2016-119, accept food donations valued at $1,400 from United Rentals for the Pasadena Industrial Community Network meetings on July 27th and August 31st, 2016.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Bass,
Second.
second by Councilmember Wagner, that Resolution 2016-119 be adopted as it was read. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 2016-120, accept in-kind donations to Labor for Neighborhood Network Deepwater Easter Egg Hunt and in-kind donations of Labor for the Neighborhood Network Deepwater Barbecue, and I'll read those. It says to accept in-kind donations of labor valued at $6,000 for the Neighborhood Network Deepwater Easter Egg Hunt and in-kind donations of labor valued at $6,000 for the Neighborhood Network Deepwater Barbecue fundraiser donations from Macy's valued at $60 and Peter Pipe Pizza valued at $875 for use at the Deepwater events and meetings. Total in-kind donated value of $12,000 and value of $930 from Macy's and Peter Piper Pizza. Total in-kind donations, $12,930.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Lehman, second by Councilmember Wheeler, that Resolution 2016-120 be adopted as it was read. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, Mayor,
Councilmember.
I was able to make a couple of these events and even the Easter egg hunt, and Mr. Casadas had started that. I think it was the first one he said done in the neighborhood. It must have been 300 kids running around out there, and the barbecue was good as well. You're doing a great job. Keep it up.
Was he trying to get each one of them registered to vote?
Yeah, it didn't matter how old they were.
They just don't know how to spell sometimes, so I'm having to write it down for them.
All right, good meeting, council. We stand adjourned.